Harsh. My take is that Ironman drafting is worse than Fearless for competitive play.
True.
Ironman, which is your idea where you ban the bans from each
100%.
game as well. Yeah. I think
This is one of the LS takes I 100% disagree with. Oh, is this Arsh Goyle? Oh, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't know that. Dude, I 100% agree with him, dude. Ironman Draft Format would be worse than Fearless. 100% agree. God damn, dude.
the primary goal of competitive play for Riot, and I think the draw that I've seen among my friends, is when the games look most similar to solo queue as, like, you know, most relatable. I think it'd be interesting to watch what happens to ADC players, for example, when you get to like game 4 of Ironman. And I think you probably have ideas on what they do.
Right.
But I think it would look so different from solo queue. It'd probably be bad for solo queue.
So Ironman in specific, one of the things that you commented on is that game 4 and game 5 would look very different from solo queue, but I feel like the solo queue argument doesn't really matter. What matters is viewer retention, storyline retention, viewer excitement, viewer engagement, social media, attention when you're going into game 4s and game 5, which are already really rare. In fact, leading even into LTA, moving
How's
into
that rare?
the finals, we hadn't had any game 5s.
Yeah.
That's because LTA sucks.
Already rare.
That's because LTA has only 2 good teams. So yeah, there's not going to be any game 4s and 5s because it's so one-sided. That doesn't matter though. That's a bad argument. Ironman Draft is because it's too restrictive. It doesn't emulate the free market of ideas. LS other solution, the sealed format one, is infinitely better.
Okay.
The one with like the seasons
the black
stuff.
sheep of the bunch
Yeah.
in the first place. But they add a layer of excitement if you have Iron Man. Whereas right now with Fearless, the tweets that I made from last year ended up coming true, which is teams have agreed upon stacked team compositions essentially, and they basically just trade them amongst themselves in best of threes. What Iron Man does is it allows you to stop that in its tracks even in game 2 or game 3 because you can do more targeting things. You can do more divisive things in draft. Like, one of the reasons that game 2 game with Boss, where the enemy team picked 5 of his champions and then banned 2, by game 2, there was so much social media attention, more people tuned into that game because they're like, what does he play now? Because so many things are gone. So social media spawns like wildfire, and it can cause viewers to go to the game. And I think Iron Man is important for the longevity of the game because pro players have shown time and time again that they won't adapt, they won't expand their champion pools, and they won't do any of this stuff because they're not incentivized to.
I mean, you're incentivized to expand draft to win. Is really learning like another like let's say I know 10 champions, right? With the Ironman format, I'm probably gonna have to learn like 20 more champions. Like I don't understand like how this is like. I don't want to watch like the best players playing their like 10th best champion. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, people watch pro play to watch players play the best, form they can. They don't watch it just to be like, oh, let's just, because then like my argument would be, okay, why don't we just do ARAMs? It's constant team fighting. Every game there's gonna be 10 new champions, right? It's gonna be crazy variation, and it's gonna be exciting, right? No, obviously you would say, no, that's stupid. You want to watch pros, practice certain specific team comps and certain styles. And yeah, I don't understand it. You can pick a champion, let's say 3 times.
For the most part, Riot has to step in, like they did with Fearless. And the same vitriol that I faced on Reddit last.
Dude, give a long-term Fearless. That's fucking wild, dude. So you can pick a champion both times one game, not being able to pick it every time. Yeah, I see. So like let's say over the course of the MSI, you can pick every champion 3 times. So I can play Azir, like if I play game 1 against Gen G, I can play Azir game 1, 2, 3, but then after that, if I beat Gen G, I can't play for the rest of the tournament.
Week in the
that's also, I don't know, dude.
It's the same exact thing that I faced with Nemesis in 2020 and 2021 when we initially proposed Fearless around then.
Where I've seen, like when I've talked to pros about, oh, how much do you like Fearless? They're like, it's great. I get to play different champions. My instinct, though I haven't talked to like extensively, is like if I ask my
wait, what pro is saying this Fearless is great? I get to play different champions. Because Fearless hurts players like that. Like Fearless hurts like APA because he can only pull out Ziggs once. But if the enemy team picks Ziggs, then he loses his pocket pick. I don't know any pro that's like, yeah, this is awesome that I can fucking not I have to learn more shit and I have to play random comps in game 5. I also think that Fearless ruins narratives about like how, for example, in the past we had like, you know, like for example, Faker's Galio carrying 2017 Worlds, right, where he's like beating all these teams with this Galio pick. It was a crazy story, right? But now with Fearless, you don't really have that champion identity as much as before. It's a lot harder. Like the Ben Jax thing, right? You may, in a best of 3, you may or may not see Ben play Jax because 1, it's permabanned. 2, the enemy team picks it. And then maybe then Ben will get it on like a certain game.
Hey, how would you feel about like learning Kai'Sa and then also Mordekaiser as your like 2 core ADCs for games 1 and 2? I think that would be like a very different thing because it's also not something that you'd be able to easily practice in solo queue because you'd be drafting so differently across the board.
So on the Masu topic, we're like asking pro players what they think. It doesn't matter ultimately because what matters is the viewership and the fans because the game dies without it. Pro players, teams, coaches, their opinion doesn't matter.
Actually, kind of true.
If we let them, they would have just kept playing the same as your Corki mirrors back and forth. They would have played the same 3 junglers, etc. And Riot had to step in and change that. The same way that Riot should step in again with Ironman to change that. If no one knew what League of Legends was, it was just a brand new game that.
But like, I feel like the thing is like, I honestly think Ellis does not like League of Legends right now. Like, I think he's burnt out, doesn't like the game, and just wants to just like, I don't know, like, to me, I love watching League of Legends. I don't want to watch pros not be in their best form. Like, to me, this argument never makes any sense about how it's like, oh, like we need to add more variation. Like, I agree. Fearless to me was a good middle ground where it's like, okay, sure, well, like players will have to expand their champion pool a little bit. You can't see everything. Fine. Like, you know, you won't see the same champions 20 times in a row. That's fine. But like Iron Man to me makes it so like we're not watching like competitive league. It's more like high EL players just like dicking around almost. That's why I don't think that like I think fans of league like watching, you know, pros play their good shit. Yeah, I just think he's just tired of the game, doesn't like the game.
The reality is that pro teams and stuff, they shouldn't have any opinion to weigh in on the matter because viewership, like fans, etc., they're the most important metric.
But I don't even know if fans know what they want. Like fans are like, oh, I want to see someone play like Zac support. It's like, yeah, if they're good at it, you don't want to see them like just picking, just running the fuck down. Who was excited to see fucking Quad play Zillion mid at MSI? Oh, Zillion mid? We haven't seen that. I wonder how it goes. Oh, he gets astro-fisted and the game's over in 10 seconds. Oh, what a hype matchup. I'm so glad I will spend all day watching the series so it could end on a fucking fart. Like, what the fuck?
Always, and they always should be. And pro players that can't do Iron Man or can't do Fearless, they disappear, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Because new players emerge.
Already happening.
Can, yes, it's already happening. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.